Okay, hello everyone. So we're here for video 4, which is music theories and fundamentals. Now, when you're talking about music theories and fundamentals, we're going to look at the different names of notes, both in the French rhythm, the US, and their symbols, and also we're going to look at the rests and how many beats the notes are presenting. So we're going to start with the first, which is the crochet. The crochet is also called the quarter note, which is goes by this symbol. This is the symbol of the quarter note, and we also have a rest for it. And when you're talking about the crochet, it goes by ta. So it's one long sound for one beat. But when you come to its rest, it's a silent beat while playing the crochet. Let's look at the next note, which is the quiver. The quiver, which is 2 8 notes joined together. They go by this symbol, and that is their rest. So when you look at the quiver, it goes by the sound ta, te. Those are 2 short sounds, which are representing a half a beat for each quiver. Now, when you're coming to the rest for the quiver, it's a half a silent beat for each quiver. Let's go to the third, which is the minim. The minim is also called the half note. Now, when you look at the symbol of the half note, it's a bit similar to the quarter note. The difference comes in where the quarter note is all shaded down here, and the half note is hollow. Now, when you're playing the half note, it goes by ta, 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 ah. Now, this is the rest when using the half note. That is representing by 2 long beats, ta, ah. So the rest is a moment of silence for 2 beats. Let's go to the last one, which is the semi-brief. Now, when you're talking about the semi-brief, this is a whole note. The semi-brief is now a whole note. Now it goes by ta, ah, ah, ah. Always remember, when using the semi-brief, it also has a rest, which is represented by 4 silence beats. And also, when you're looking at the semi-brief, which is also the whole note, it's a representation of 4 beats. I'll repeat, ta, ah, ah, ah. Music theories and fundamentals. Now, basically when you're talking about music theories and fundamentals, I want us to highlight on the music stuff. What is a music stuff? A music stuff is 5 lines and 4 spaces drawn, whereby we are placing the music notes on them so that they help the artist or the person playing the music piece to be able to understand, to interpret the music. Now, when you're looking at the staff, we have different kind of staff, and we're going to look at the treble staff, which is the G clef staff. Now, when you're looking at the treble staff, a treble clef sign is placed at the beginning of the music staff and shows the position of G. G is on the second line of the staff. Now, this is what we mean by treble staff, and this is the G clef. Now, let's look at bar lines. A bar line is a vertical line that runs from the top to the bottom of a staff. Now, when 2 bar lines are drawn, we introduce something called the measure. Now, what is a measure? A measure is the distance between 2 bar lines, and that is the measure. So we're also going to look at a double bar line. Now, you should take note that a double bar line marks the end of a music piece. So whenever you see a double bar line on a staff, that means we have definitely come to the end of the piece of music. So a double bar line shows the end of the music piece. Now, let's put them all together. That is right from the top, which we have the whole staff, a complete music staff that has the G clef on it, that helps us to position the G on the second line of the staff. We also have bar lines, as you can see. Those are 3 bar lines, and remember, between one bar line to another, that's a measure. So at the end of the staff, a complete staff has 2 or double bar line drawn here, so that it can indicate to the person playing the musical piece that we have come to the end of the piece. We're going to look at the time signature. Now, what is a time signature? A time signature, always when you have a music staff, there are numbers that are drawn at the beginning of the music staff. These numbers come one on top and we have another one at the bottom. So, for example, 2, 4. Now, the music staff has these numbers to indicate the time signature, and the one on top indicates how many beats we are going to have being played. So the one at the bottom indicates which note is going to receive the beat. For example, now let's look at this complete music staff that has a measure, and it also has a time signature. Now, when you look at the time signature, it's still 2, 4. That means we're going to have 2 beats repeatedly. For example, 1, 2, 1, 2. I want us to highlight and look at different time signatures. Now, the first time signature we're looking at is 2, 4. Now, 2, 4 clearly indicates that we are having 2 beats in a measure, and the 4 indicates that the quarter note is the one getting 1 beat. Let's look at a different time signature, which is 3, 4. That means we are having 3 beats in a measure, and the 4 indicates the quarter note is getting 1 beat. The time signature 4, 4 indicates that we are having 4 beats in a measure, and the quarter note will receive 1 beat. We're going to look at the hand staff, which consists of 5 lines and 4 spaces. Now, basically, when you hold up your hand, we have 5 fingers that represent the 5 lines, and in between the fingers we have spaces. So we are going to look at the lines. We have the first line for the first finger, second line, third line, fourth line, and fifth line. And we also have the first space, second space, third space, and fourth space. So always remember, a musical staff is consisting of 5 lines and 4 spaces. Now let's look at every line and what it represents. So when you're looking at the lines, we start with the first line, which represents E, second line represents G, third line represents B, fourth line represents D, and the fifth line represents F. Now, we can also look at the spaces, the 4 spaces we talked about. Now, the first space represents F, the second space represents A, the third space represents C, and the fourth space represents E. Okay, when we look at the lines and spaces on a musical staff, we consider that we have 5 lines for each finger and 4 spaces for the spaces between each finger. So in a musical sequence, we have only 7 notes that run from A to G. So we can have A, B, C, D, E, F, G. It goes like A, B, C, D, then E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, and finally F. So it goes repeatedly. So always remember, we only have 7 notes.